Tusk Act 4 is fixed! Yay! And I'm still not coming back. Welcome to today's video, which will hopefully be relatively short, where I address the stupid people who think that this is gonna be enough to magically bring me back to YBA in full force. Spoiler alert, it's not. First of all, if you thought, really, genuinely thought that the whole reason that I wasn't playing was because Tusk Act 4 was broken and there was no other reasoning behind it, it was just that, then you probably didn't watch the video where I talked about why I quit, first of all, and second of all, you must not have been around this game for very long. Let's put it plain and simple. Tusk Act 4 was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was a straw that broke the camel's back. It wasn't a ton of bricks, it wasn't a building, it was a straw, because I was already on the cusp of, I'm so over this, and then they did that and I drew the line. So YBA walking over and lifting the straw off of my broken back and saying, hey, you're gonna come back now, right? No, of course not. You have to do more than that. Guys, I still don't have any faith. I don't see how you guys have any faith. How do you have any faith in this? And don't get me wrong, do not get me wrong. The fact that it was fixed so shortly after the video about the spin rework was posted was a gesture of goodwill, I'd like to think. I really would like to think that the idea of fixing it so soon after acknowledging it finally is simply a gesture of goodwill, but it does not take away from the fact that it took them a month to fix it. Guys, an infinite combo for a month, an infinite, and then an infinite combo before that for more than a month. What is, like, Anyways, a question that's gonna be on people's minds, because for some reason, there's 100,000 plus people that wanna watch me play YBA and don't care about anything else I post. So, addressing those people who want more YBA, where's YBA? Well, YBA is gonna have to do something more than this to reassure me. And the biggest thing is that when they inevitably put out this spin rework, and it's inevitably broken, that they fix it within a reasonable amount of time. We all know that whatever's in that update is gonna be broken. Everything they release is broken. And you know what? I think that's just a fact of life at this point. I'm not gonna come out here and pretend that everything when it comes to game design is always gonna release perfect, and there's definitely some leeway there. You can't be perfect all the time. You can't even probably be perfect most of the time. There's always gonna be issues that crop up because you change some code and it messes with some others. I get that. I think a lot of people out there, especially my detractors, think that I expect all of these updates to launch in a 100% perfect state. And while I do think that they should launch in a playable state, based off of, you know, people testing it, I don't expect things to be perfect, and I never have. That being said, you need to actually fix things after you learn that they're not broken. The most active, in my opinion, developers should be when it comes to creating games is right after an update drops to figure out what the community has discovered is broken, because you just gave an update to thousands of people to effectively test it for you, and then fix those things ASAP before they either ruin the game, ruin the game's economy, or just make things unfun. YBA does not do that by any stretch of the imagination. And I have some theories as to why, the biggest probably being right after they press publish for that, they're just like, all right, clear to my hands, the work is done, I could take a break now, which, yeah, that doesn't work in practice, but in theory it sounds great. So yeah, point being, if they don't get their shit together and prove that they've gotten their shit together and that stuff like this isn't going to last for months, then I'll come back. But other than that, I'm just gonna bide my time for right now. I'm not like a lot of you guys. I don't have the Your Bizarre addiction. I don't feel the need to boot this game up every day. I've played it for probably thousands of hours at this point, and like, I've played enough. The biggest reason I play is for you guys. But I'm not gonna consistently lower my standards just so I can cash in for a buck. That phase of the Eclipse channel is over and done with. And as I said before, unless everything completely goes down the dumpster and just shatters itself to pieces, the channel totally dies, I'm getting 3 views, then I'm not going back until they've proven that they've changed. On a more lighthearted note, the game is still broken. So here you go with your daily dose of Eclipse Ruins 1v1s because D4C Love Train can use moves in Love Train. Yep, for whatever reason, the Pluck spec just ignores the fact that it should cancel, and you could just use everything. So, nothing more fun than getting attacked by an invincible person, right? I mean, at this point, everyone and their mother has fought a Silver Chariot Requiem. Nothing more fun than trying to run away from the invincible person. Now how about the invincible person using pluck moves to attack you and chasing you down? Good stuff, yeah? So, here's another thing added to my ultimatum. Number 1, prove that they can fix things after they are inevitably broken when they come out. Number 2, fix this within, like, a week, or now that a whole lot of people are gonna see this, it's gonna be a problem. And no, I don't feel bad about butchering the 1v1s mode, because at this point, I'm not playing it, and if there are still people that are playing it with all this broken shit going on, they're supporting the game, and if you're still supporting the game after all this shit has gone down, then frankly, you deserve to have people just use all these bugs to drive you away. Am I a total piece of shit for saying that? Almost certainly, but that's the way I stand on the issue. I have zero, absolutely zero respect for people who continued to play YBA through all of this. If you're not totally new and have no idea about the past of the game and you're still around, I'm not sorry for you. Not at all. By continuing to support the game, you've done this to yourself. The YBA development team is completely disconnected, or at the very least, Uzu is completely disconnected from the game he's creating and the community he's making the game for. Ignorance isn't an excuse when people send me Discord DMs of game-breaking bugs literally the day that updates came out. If I can get word of game-breaking bugs the day that they come out, there is no way that the owner and head scripter of the game shouldn't also be able to get those reports. And if they're not getting those reports, then that speaks really poorly for whoever's supposed to be passing them on. And I know firsthand that that's not true. So what it comes down to is Uzu doesn't give a shit. As always, I come on here and I say, I'm gonna talk for a quick video. And then I just ramble on and on and on and on and on and on and on, and we never wrap up. But now I'm done, I promise. I more than likely will not do a video covering the spin rework, sorry not sorry, and I will not be doing a video covering whatever stupid skins they add. I'd love to have my main revenue source back, so do better YBA, thanks in advance.